One of the most controversial questions on the internet today is this: what does a woman bring to the table? And every single time this question comes up, the internet becomes a battlefield. Men begin to list expectations, women begin to defend themselves. Some people say women should bring beauty, some people say money, some people say peace, but what do I think a woman should bring to the table? But honestly, before I proceed, I think we were asking the wrong question all along, because relationship was not designed to feel like a job interview. It was designed to be a partnership between two mature people. Hi lovers, I welcome you all to another edition of the GLE, Growth, Love and Elegance. Over here, we help women become the best version of themselves. We understand the love better and live a very elegant and classy life. And not just in appearance, but in character, mindset, and otherwise. My name is Liana, and I am here to share my opinion on this particular question that has been causing buzz. I've been buzzing the internet for so many years now. What does a woman bring to the table?
I'm Liana, a little bit of softness, a little bit of depth, and a lot of becoming. This isn't just the content, it's a piece of me and a space for you. Every video is a moment and you're part of it. Please stay with me for a while.
So before I delve properly into this discussion, I think we should first change our mindset, because I do not believe a good relationship should be focused on all about what can you do for me. When you do it like this, it becomes more like transactional instead of coming together for partnership. I kind of think the best question is, who are you becoming? Because who you are becoming determines what you will bring to the table. One thing I've noticed is that many people measure value by materialistic things. That's why you begin to hear questions like, what can he provide? Can she pay the bills? Can he pay the bills? Can she make food? Can she make money? Now, while all these things are very, very important, I'm not underestimating the power of all these things, but these are not the right things to have in mind first when looking for someone to go into a healthy relationship with. Now, here is something I want every woman listening to me today to remember. A man's value is not limited to only what he can provide for you. Just like a woman's value is not limited to her physical looks only. A feminine woman does not reduce a man to his wallet. She first of all sees him before she sees what he can provide. Does this make sense? In similar way, a mature man does not reduce a woman to her physical look. He first of all sees her character, internal embodiment before her physical appearance. Because if all we can appreciate is what people can give, then we will never get to appreciate who they really are. And I think that is the main source of relationships. That is the main source of friendship, allowing people to be themselves. Everybody is uniquely made. When you let people be themselves, come to you with what the beautiful thing they have to offer, not just that they will offer it wholeheartedly, but they will give it to you in fullest. But sometimes when you reduce them to their wallets, their physical appearance, if they can make money and the loss of them, it kind of begins to create inferiority complex. And that is why in relationships now it's looking like it's transactional, because everybody wants to quickly get whatever they can get and, run off the relationship before it's too late. And I don't think it's a healthy way to build a relationship. And another thought is this: God created men with strength. Strength to build, strength to endure difficult situations, strength to protect. But God equally gave women something unique. He gave women something unique and powerful, which is intuition. So while men are built to fight the storm, women are built to notice the storm before they arrive. Now, do you see what partnership is all about? None is better than the other. They both complement each other. So if you're built to fight the storm and I'm built to see it before it arrives, there will be no storm for you to fight, because I will see it before it arrives. But if I probably do not see it before it arrives, you are already there to fight the storm. Now, this is what we mean by partnership. This is what we call two people complementing each other. So if what a woman brings to the table is not money and it's not only beauty, then what does a woman bring? One of the things a woman brings to the table is peace. A woman brings peace into the man's life. Your man gets home mentally exhausted. It is not your duty as a woman to add more chaos into his life. So like I said earlier, a woman sees a storm before it approaches or it appears in the relationship. Okay? She is not the storm in his life. It's your duty to give him premium peace. That is why a man runs back home after work, because he's running to his safe space. It is your duty as a woman to make a home a man's safe space, to make it somewhere peaceful for a man to always come back. He knows that when he comes here, he's away from all the stress and all the problems of the world. Now notice what I said. I didn't say a woman solves all a man's problem. I said she gives him peace. And just like a woman gives a man peace, a man gives a woman peace, because peace is not something that is one-sided, that only one person brings into the relationship. Does this make sense? Good. The second thing a woman brings to the table is what? Emotional intelligence. It's our duty as women, or sometimes we tend to notice emotions because we are very emotional beings. So a man can say, I'm okay. Of course, we live in a society where they tell men to man up, be a man. So because of that, men don't say what they feel. They don't say what's going on in their life. They don't say what's going on inside their heart. They bottle it up because they want to be a man. They are afraid the society might judge them. Then what is your duty as a woman? Judge him too when the society judges? No. When he says it's okay, it's your duty to listen. It's your duty to ask questions. Your duty is to observe. And not just that, when he's done telling you, encourage him. You have the ability to make your man understand that this is not the society, this is not the world. Baby, this is me. This is me. So tell me, what is your problem? And even when you don't have money to give him, you don't have enough idea to solve his problem, you can calm him down. And one thing I want to tell women is this: when a man confides in you, don't take a man's secret outside. It takes men a whole lot to open up to you and tell you what they are going through. Your man tells you this and says, I'm just telling it to you because it's you. The next time people have issues, he says, you know how you did this. No. Sometimes what this man needs is just a little push, and you see how much a lion they can be when it comes to getting things done. But they need the encouragement. They need to know that there is someone waiting for them, someone standing by them, and that is your duty. Being emotionally aware always helps relationship thrive in seasons of difficulties. As little as this may look, don't downplay the importance of emotional awareness in relationships. It goes a very long way. Does this make sense? The next point. Before I continue with this episode, I want to make it very clear that I started a fashion brand called Timeless Peace by Liana. I just have one page right now, which is on Facebook. I'm going to put the name of the fashion brand on the screen, and I want you to check it out, where we sell curated items, curated outfits, we sell jewelries, we sell fragrances, because sometimes your fragrance needs to announce you even before people turn to see who enters, right? So I started a fashion brand, Timeless Peace by Liana, and I want you to check it out. Check out some of our perfume collections, our jewelries, and our outfits. Now let's delve back into the topic of discussion. Partnership. A woman brings partnership into the life of a man. I stood by him when he had nothing. What were you standing there doing? It's not enough to stand by a man to believe that he can get it done. I know that's a very good thing. I just said it, believing in him. But while you're believing in him, can you at least work on your own self? You know, a woman that is very dormant has nothing to bring to the table. You don't read. If there is nothing here, what can you support with? When you're in partnership with your man, he's building himself, you are building yourself. Marriage is more than just what you think. This is partnership, and we're looking for the best people we can go on this journey with and make something beautiful out of it. Marriage is a very serious institution that you go in with someone that can help you become the best version of yourself, that can bring out the best in you. You know, instead of being a spectator, it becomes a teammate thing. The next thing a woman brings to the table is wisdom. You see, this one is highly underrated. You see, wisdom. A wise woman can prevent years of regret. Have we thought this through? That simple question can save a family a long time of regret. Wisdom is profitable to direct. As a woman, even if you don't have work to do, you are wise, you read, you are very exposed, your brain works. You need that brain to do relationship, to do partnership, to do family. Don't underestimate the power of wisdom as a woman. Okay? Some men can marry a particular woman because she's wise. There is just a way she speaks to him about something. You notice that there are women that when you are with them, you get things done. You need to know when to talk. You need to know when to shut up. You need to know what to say at the right time. Okay? Again is encouragement. This is similar to what I just said. A woman encourages a man. Sometimes all a man needs is for you to encourage him. There are men that when they are so down, you see them looking very down. So sometimes even a fighter needs encouragement. Everybody needs someone who believes in them. Example, a man gets rejected, he loses his job, family problem, everybody is against him. When the world is against you, man, I want you to tell him, this is not the society, this is me. If everybody is not seeing the best in you, I am seeing it. I am with you because I know what you are capable of doing. The word from the woman beside him that gives him a reason to try again. So, at the end of the day, encouragement isn't weakness, it is strength. And every woman should bring encouragement to the table. If you are sure you want to create a healthy relationship, every feminine woman brings encouragement to the table. They say that sometimes women like this, it's almost impossible for a man to cut out from a woman like this because there's just something about how beautiful their life is when they speak to her, when they talk to her, when she's around, to get things done. That clear? The next point is nurturing. I think I've said it here. Women naturally nurture. Not only children, they nurture friendships, they nurture dreams, homes, communities, businesses. So let me give you an example. Give two people a house. One simply lives there, the other turns it into a home. If a woman has a way of nurturing things, she organizes it, it becomes clear. Again is character. Now this is not something you embody because of a man, you embody it for yourself. A woman brings character to the table. A good character. Beauty would attract, but it is character that keeps. Do you understand? Example, things like honesty, respect, loyalty, kindness, integrity, your dignity. Now there's something I'm going to tell you. Your self-respect as a woman is what will make a man keep you too. Saying no is actually things that make a relationship work. He tells you to do this and you say, baby, I cannot do this. It's against my principles and it's not okay for me. Ability to say no makes you an adult. Your ability to say yes, let's get this done, and you get it done makes you an adult. There's something I've told you in one of my videos. I said, if you're not going to do it well, don't start it. But if you know you're going to start it, do it well and give it your absolute best. There is something about giving something your absolute best. It's almost impossible for someone to find another person. Don't lose yourself to keep any man. See, you cannot keep who does not want to be kept. So don't lose yourself to keep any man, okay? You bring character to the table. Part of the character you bring to the table, there is boundaries inside. Sometimes it's even a woman that teaches a man boundaries. Some men don't know boundaries. Everything is okay. All these things are part of character. While it's good to show respect and all, it is also good to say no. A good character does not expire with age. That is why you have to start building yourself. As a woman from the GLE community, you need to build a good character. Sometimes people will call you names, but when they understand you, they will fight to have you in their life because this is exactly what they think they need. Okay? Character. The next point here is love. Now you see how I smile. I love love so much. Now I'm not talking about romantic feelings. Whenever people say love, we tend to reduce it to only romance. There is erotic love where you have romance and all. I'm talking about pure love. You realize your man barely has time to cook for himself. It's okay to cook for him. Simple acts of services. You cook for him, you send food across to him. You call him to remind him to eat. Because sometimes when they keep working, they forget to eat. You remind him you're not eating. Yes, these are small things, small acts of love that a woman brings to the table that his fellow man will never ask him to do. Imagine his fellow man calling him to go and eat. When that one starts, it's you. Okay? Real love is sacrifice and real love is forgiveness. You forgive, but not to the detriment of your own happiness. You know that there are forgiveness, you forgive, and you don't take the person back in. So none of us is too perfect. Okay? Real love is sacrifice. Sacrificing your time, your effort, your encouragement, sacrificing your wisdom, sacrificing your emotional intelligence. So I'm not talking about sacrifices that comes with a payback. No, these are things you do for them to be happy. What again does a woman bring to the table? She brings purpose. Outside your relationship, you should have purpose. I've said something similar to this before. What is purpose? Purpose is what you are called to do on earth. Nobody came into this world empty-handed. He gave you the ability to teach people. Are you teaching? He gives you the ability to save life. Are you working on it? Don't just sit down. You're in a relationship. You don't have anything doing. And one thing is that whatever God has given to you as a purpose is where you make money from. And when you're making money from it, you make money without even knowing because it is something you derive joy doing. Your purpose is something you're happy doing. So let's say your purpose can be a doctor. You can be an entrepreneur. You can be a teacher, a content creator, a writer. People read the piece you write and they smile. A woman brings purpose to the table. But don't forget your life when you're with a man, okay? You bring purpose to the table, if not for the man, if not for yourself, for the society, please, in there. And another good thing is that purpose makes you attractive as a woman. Waking up every morning and going to your workplace or getting something to do makes you attractive. It's going to take a long time for me to quit creating content because I am a good communicator. I have a good communication skills. Yes, and I love what I do. Especially when I get encouragements like, oh my God, you're so good. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Since I started following you, I get comments like this and it fills me up. Seeing people change their life because they're listening to me. Purpose gives life meaning. It gives your life meaning. It makes you grow. It makes you learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. Even if you think it does not give your own life meaning, it gives other people's life meaning. So for the sake of others, go and start what you are meant to do on earth. Now, this is the biggest one. What else does a woman bring to the table? She brings herself. Sometimes people ask, what does a woman bring to the table? As though she's applying for unemployment. No, she brings herself, her personality, her dreams, her experiences, her values, her faith, her laughter, her flaws, all her imperfections, strength, everything that makes her uniquely her. A woman adds life. A woman brings joy to the table. A woman brings life into things. A woman comes in and makes everywhere lively just by being there. So she brings herself to the table. I don't want to talk about the women that pour their life to make children. There are women that are super ambitious, that loves to make money. But you see at some point in their life, they stop. They stop pursuing their ambition. They calm down to get pregnant, carry the pregnancy, make babies. They bring their time to the table for the betterment of what she shares with her partner. So yes, a woman brings herself to the table. Now before you can bring yourself to the table and bring something worthwhile, you must work on yourself too. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give what you don't have. When you have enough, when you bring yourself to the table, you've brought more than enough to the table as a woman. Does this make sense? Now, here's where I think the social media space gets it wrong. Relationships are not only about what a woman brings to the table. The better question is, what does both parties bring to the table? Who am I becoming with you in my life? And who are you becoming with me in your life? That is what you bring to the table. Can I be a better version of who I'm supposed to be with you? Can I walk this road with you? That is the question. Because if one person is constantly bringing to the table, they eventually feel exhausted. Does this make sense? I'd love to hear your thought. What exactly do you think a woman brings to the table? And what do you also think a man should bring to the table? Because there is this word adage that says, if the only thing you have is money, then you're the poorest man on earth. So if the only thing you can bring to a woman is money, you're the poorest man on earth. So what else do you think a man should bring? What do you think a man should bring to the table? And if there is something I omitted on what a woman should bring to the table, please remind me in the comment section. So thank you all for sticking here and listening to me for this long. I really, really appreciate you all. And every time I get one video done, I feel so excited because I know so many people out there will be benefiting from my knowledge. And please, we all are here in this community to learn. So feel free to teach me and to enlighten me on some things you know. I am always willing and open to learn. So keep growing, keep embracing elegance, and keep being the best version of yourself. Leona is rooting for you. See you on the next episode, guys. Bye.